Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case Conspiracy, and you might see a different thing. That's because I'm wearing different headphones, or the headphones I used to record downstairs in the living room. Okay, the reason why I switched these headphones is because, yes, I didn't notice some crackling, or whatever you want to call it, noise inside my other headphones, these ones, and I thought that's because I have a hole here in the headphone, the microphone sponge. So I thought, yeah, doing some that kind of crackling noise, and then I switched headphones. So, and I'm not the microphone on these headphones are a much better quality. These are Plantronics Gamecom headphones, the ones with they were named the headphones of the year with the best microphone here. So, but it's been 5 years, and look what else happened. It needs some stitching, and also has some of the blue tape on it. That's because one of the sides died. And alright, I'm gonna stop here. You're not here to see headphones, so we're gonna go back to the game. So let's unlock chapter 2. Katrina, we're hot on the trail of Fornax, storming the Agribito's headquarters. But we barely made it through the door before finding Christy Cole poisoned in the lobby. We take its statements from a few suspects, but who could have injected her with cyanide? And why? Katrina, thank goodness I caught you. I know Chris's whereabouts before she got killed. You see, her security badge contains a GPS chip, which tracks the wearer's location. Christy Cole's badge was used to access a particular warehouse every day for the past 6 months. Alright, Katrina, another lead. If Kristen was in that warehouse right before her death, then we should investigate. Let's go. Oh, and one more thing, guys. I gave it some thought, and I tried to find a connection between Protozane and Fornax. Because when Rosetta tried to unleash Protozane, how was she going to unleash it? First, it was to drive it off to Fornax. It was to draw it outside the dome. And the question should be, how was she going to do it? How was she going to inject to transfer Protozane in the entire popularity of the Greensboro? I think there's this connection between, here's what I think. Protozane is injected in the corn seedlings. Like when the corn grows, then people would eat it, and then they would become docile. Protozane. I think that's what Fornax is doing. And they said that the corn is the main ingredient in here, so main production. So they're gonna try. I think these seeds are injected with Protozane. I think that's what this is about. Katrina, look at these corn plants. Agribitos act like they are helping the farmers out of the goodness of their hearts. Well, clearly they've been planning this for weeks, growing new seedlings in preparation for the shortage. You're right, Katrina. We got to stay focused on the case for now. And now we know for sure Christy worked here. Look, here's a letter she wrote. The letter's contents have faded, but I'm sure you can dust it up. And while we're at it, let's restore those broken pieces as well. And you're right, that security camera is a definite clue. We better crack that password and see what our victim's job was in this warehouse. Alright. Well, we still haven't found out what was she doing in Agribitos. I'm gonna first unlock the camera. Can we press play? You made quick work with that security camera, Katrina. Let's get it to camera so we can analyze the footage. Okay. Okay, 6 hours for it, and then we are gonna get a perfect view on what Christy was doing here. Okay, what's now? Does this note? Threatening letter. Yeah, I noticed the capital letters. This letter from Miss Cole is addressed to the company's CEO, Katrina. Apparently, Christy didn't get as much bereavement leave as she wanted, and she threatened to leave angry widows. Christy certainly didn't mince words. She wrote, "You're a cold-hearted witch woman, and I won't miss you when I'm gone." Miss Bryan mentioned nothing about this, Katrina. I'd like to hear her side of the story. Yeah, you didn't mention anything. Okay, I'm beginning to think that maybe she is Fornax. Well, I said before, Fornax doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman. It's just a code name. Don't ask questions, don't look at this beyond a pose. Breaks are taken at your pose, your breaks are prohibited, no smoking. Oh. Those broken pieces are a plague, Katrina. It says Abel Dreschner's Code of Conduct. The rules seem strict. Don't ask questions. Don't look at things beyond your post. Well, sounds like something somebody or protozane would do. So he would do something and would not ask any questions. Just saying. According to the Angry Beetle's employee directory, Abel Drescher is a storage supervisor, which means he can tell us what exactly Christy's job was in this warehouse. Alright, Katia, let's find Mr. Dreschner. Okay. Okay, let's first have a chat with Miss Bryan. Ah, it's for Katrina. I was about to put on my work boots and take a stroll to buy more eye drops. Can this wait? No. It can't. You said you barely knew Christy Cole, but this letter proves otherwise. Oh, that Christy! Now I remember. After the tragic murder of her fiancé, we gave Miss Cole some time off to grieve. But when Christy came back, she showed that letter in my face, complaining that she wanted longer bereavement leave. I told her that we'd gone above and beyond our policy, but she was so angry she threatened to take company secrets to Green Foods, our competitor. That must have angered you, Miss Bryan. Enough to poison her, even? Poison her! And sully my hands with some yucky sauces because of an entitled employee? As if. Okay, you sound like you wouldn't touch anything without a hand sanitizer. Then COVID-19 is a great time for you to put on a hand sanitizer. Everywhere you go. Hey, do you two have authorization to be in this warehouse? It's employee access only. We are the police. Yes, Miss Dreschner, we do have authorization. Inspector Katrina is investigating the murder of Christy Cole. Ah, yes, the Cole incident. A real tragedy. Was Miss Cole one of the employees you supervised here? She was one of the girls watering the fledgling plants. I'd say hello to her when I was starting my shit, putting in my eye drops and shining my work boots. But we both had our own jobs to do. Christy watered, I supervised. And just like the sign says, we don't ask questions. Well, we might have a few more questions for you, Mr. Dreschner. So stick around. Yes, I'm gonna ask questions. You're not gonna tell me not to ask questions. It wasn't the headphones, it wasn't the hole in the microphone, it was the adapter. I have a hole in the adapter wire, that's why it's causing the that kind of sound while when I'm editing and when I'm during the video. Okay, that didn't sound great. But in other words, headphones are fine. There's nothing wrong with the microphone. But it was the wire of the USB adapter. I can't record without an adapter unless you guys want to hear my voice being distorted and the background noise being very, very high. So I have to use the USB adapter. So okay, well, I was just told something you don't actually notice in my video, but if you did, I don't know what to say. Alright, let's check out this camera. Kathy, I enjoy what that's good. Camera Katrina found in the Agribido's warehouse. Yes, the camera records surveillance footage of that warehouse 24/7, and most of the time not much is happening. But there's a recording of Christy having a heated discussion. Just watch. 24/7. Wow. That's how it says that, yeah, I'm gonna say it like that, 24/7. This is completely inappropriate, Bob. I can't believe you just show up like this at my work. But darling, I'm just trying to look after you now that Gus is gone. This has nothing to do with Gus and you know it. You just want to meddle in my affairs. Stay out of my life and mind your own business. Yeah, I think that's what everybody would say about their parents coming to work. Well, looks like Chrissy had a pretty big argument with her mom, Katrina. That isn't necessarily suspicious. I have blowouts with my own mother. True, but whatever caused this row, Christy Cole and her mother can't reconcile now. Chris was murdered soon after this argument. Alright, Katia, you better inform Mrs. Cole about her daughter's death. Yeah, this is completely normal about parents checking us up at work because they're just worried about us. Oh, officers, are you the ones investigating the murder of my darling Christy? Who would do such a thing to my little girl? That's what Inspector Katrina is trying to find out, Mrs. Cole. And there's one thing you could help us with. It appears you and your daughter argued today. You followed her to work and your row was caught on CCTV. Oh, Christy had forgotten her lunch, so I brought it to her. But she gets embarrassed and sleepy when I look after her. Never grew out of that. But I couldn't help it, Inspector Katrina. I was so worried about that girl. Lately I've been crying so much, not even these eye drops are helping. First her fiancé threatened to leave Springfield because it was too small for him. That would have been bad enough, but then Gus was brutally murdered. And now my Christy's gone too. With her dead, I'll never have grandchildren. Oh, jeez. Alright. Katrina, Mrs. Cole does seem overbearing, but I can't imagine the pain of losing your only child. We must do everything we can to bring Christy Cole's killer to justice. And I agree. Return to the scene of the crime will help us do that. Yup. Overprotective parents. Worst parents ever. Worst parents are those who are overprotective. They just go every moment, they just ask you, are you alright? Are you alright? I gave as soon as I could, are you alright? I can only think about Mrs. Benson from iCarly. Oh, I don't need this notebook because it was open and every drawing on the notebook is always a piece of evidence. Okay, I guess this time it has nothing to do with our investigation. That's weird, Katrina. There's a label on that kerosene tank with the victim's name on it. It's increased to remember the plan. Wait, what? What kind of plan involves kerosene? And what did they have to do with Christy? You're right, collecting a sample of the brown powder on the tank could help us find answers. Now let's do a quick search for that trash can while we're at it, Katrina. The girl might have thrown away some evidence. Okay. Alright, let's first look through the trash can. Oh, I think we found a murder weapon. Be careful with the syringe you find in that trash can, Katrina. You don't want to prick yourself. Well, I'm afraid about pricking myself, so I'm just letting the doctors do everything. And I don't even look at how doctors are injecting me, so I always look somewhere up. Wait, you're right. Martine said the poison that killed Christy was injected into her neck. This syringe might be the murder weapon. If so, then it was a killer who discarded the syringe. Let's have Martine examine it. Yeah, first check if there is cyanide in it. Okay, that's gonna take 6 hours. Now this kerosene can. I was checking behind my back to make sure that I put a sign on my door that says that I'm recording, so... Katrina, let's get a sample of brown powder under a microscope. Maybe it will tell us who left that kerosene tank here for our victim. Okay. What was kerosene supposed to be used for? What were you trying to burn, if that's what you were planning? Better than coffee. What? The brown powder you found on the kerosene tank is ground better than coffee, Katrina. Better than coffee? You're right, that's what Austin Piper said he drinks. So Mr. Piper was the one who left that kerosene tank at the Angry Beatles headquarters, with a message to Christie about a plan. I'm keen to find out what Mr. Piper's plan was. Let's bring him in for more questioning. Yeah. Did it involve something you are doing? Alright, let's question him. Mr. Piper, please explain the plan you and Christy Cole made that involved a tank of kerosene. Oh, what do I say? There's nothing. What do I say? Alright. Alright, Sir Katrina, I'll tell you the truth. I wanted to burn Angry Beatles to the ground. Whoa, why? You what? Big businesses like them need to pay for the damage they are doing to our environment. So I devised a plan to fight back. All I needed was a pair of work boots, a box of matches, and a tank of kerosene. And Christy pledged to help me do it. Oh. But she backed out after her fiancé died. She said she'd have nothing to do with the fire. She let me down. Mr. Piper, I don't care what your cause is, arson is a serious offense. We're taking you into custody. Okay, you only wear work boots. Let's check out this syringe. Is there cyanide in it? It's good you were cautious with that syringe, Katrina. While most of the poison had been injected into the victim, I still found small traces of the compound on the needle. That syringe was filled with poison, so this is the murder weapon. Without a doubt, Katrina. But poison wasn't the only substance I found on the syringe. There are many traces of sponge sugar on the plunger. Sponge sugar? Yes, I thought it was strange too, until I realized it was dyed with pink food coloring. The girl left particles of cotton candy on the syringe. Cotton candy? Well, the hero is still in a spin where we arrest them, Katrina. Wow, cotton candy. Not going to say anything. I did try cotton candy, so that you don't think I haven't heard of it. I don't know about you, Katrina, but I don't feel like we're any close to catching Christy Coles' killer. We learned that Christy's job was to water the corn plants at the Agribido's warehouse, but her supervisor didn't have much to say about her. However, CEO Julia Bryan was furious with Christy for threatening to go to the competition. And given Agribido's not so ethical business practices, I can see why she wanted to prevent that at all costs. Meanwhile, we were taken out in Piper with Gusty for planning to burn the whole company down in the name of the environment. But we still don't know which of them had a motive. Katrina, you better get down to Cornfest right now! There's a mob of farmers demanding that it's reopened. They're about to start a riot. Ah, jeez. Well, of course, I was supposed to expect that. Everybody wants corn seedlings because everybody lost their fields in fire. So no wonder they're angry. Alright, we gotta start. Here we go. Continue playing in chapter 3. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!